Imagine building an AI data center the same way you build an IKEA shelf, except the screws are GPUs, the instructions are thermal fluid diagrams, and the Allen key is a coolant manifold. That's the pitch behind Supermicro's Data Center Building Block Solutions, DCBBS, and it's why customers running AI, hyperscale, and HPC workloads are suddenly paying very close attention. What is DCBBS, in plain human language? DCBBS stands for Data Center Building Block Solutions, but that sounds like enterprise bureaucratese. The real idea, SMCI bundles validated components, servers, GPU trays, cooling systems, coolant distribution units, rack designs, power and battery backplanes, and software, into pre-designed building blocks that can be assembled at rack, cluster, or whole facility scale. It's modular, pre-validated, and aimed at dramatically shortening the time and complexity it takes to build an AI-ready data center. In other words, less engineering scramble, fewer late-night vendor calls, and faster day-one AI training. Why plug-and-play rack scale matters for AI customers. AI workloads are not like your grandma's email server. They're power-hungry, thermally demanding, and obsessively picky about latency and interconnect bandwidth. Hyperscalers and AI labs can't afford to wait a year while 3 different vendors argue about who wires the coolant. Plug-and-play racks, pre-tested and pre-integrated, let customers get day-one production instead of day-one partially functional prototype. That speed matters because, in the AI game, the first to train, iterate, and productize often wins. Supermicro explicitly positions DCBBS as time-to-online acceleration. Plug in racks, run validated software stacks, and your models start training sooner. Analogy: it's like buying a fully furnished apartment versus getting empty rooms, a toolbox, and a promise that 2 contractors will show up next Tuesday. Direct liquid cooling, the secret sauce, and why GPUs love it. High-end GPUs routinely pull multiple kilowatts per card. That's a lot of heat in a small metal box. Air cooling reaches practical limits, fans get loud, density drops, and power bills climb. Direct liquid cooling captures heat at the source, cold plates, coolant manifolds, moving it out of the rack far more efficiently. The benefits are obvious: better thermal performance, GPUs run at higher sustained clocks without throttling. Lower power consumption at the facility level because less energy is wasted on fans and chillers. Higher rack density, you can pack more compute into the same floor space. Lower total cost of ownership for intense AI and HPC workloads, because efficiency scales with density. Example: a single AI rack can now produce as much heat as a small apartment. Direct cooling is basically giving that rack a tiny, efficient HVAC system instead of expecting it to sweat into the data center like a radiator. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me, or hit the subscribe button and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. SMCI is shipping, customers are installing DCBBS. This isn't a white paper fantasy. SMCI says it's shipping plug-and-play rack solutions and has deployed DCBBS and liquid-cooled racks with early customers, including large AI factory projects that require rapid, validated deployment. Press and analyst notes say SMCI has already installed several DCBBS systems for customers as it ramps the solution to market. That early customer traction is why the company believes DCBBS is more than marketing copy. It's a product people are actually using. Think of the customer reaction as a startup discovering they can rent a supercomputer by the hour, except now the supercomputer shows up pre-assembled and doesn't require a month of sobbing at 3 a.m. to get the drivers installed. The revenue math, $6 to $7 billion guidance for Q1 FY 2026. Numbers time. SMCI's investor materials and quarterly guidance for the first quarter of fiscal 2026 show expected net sales in the $6.0 billion to $7.0 billion range. Management has tied a significant portion of its growth thesis to DCBBS, plug-and-play AI racks, and expansion in software and services, which are higher margin, recurring areas. The market reacted to that guidance, and to margin expectations, which is why SMCI has been a headline name in tech earnings cycles. Why this is a big deal: if you're a hardware vendor used to selling boxes one at a time, moving into full rack and data center solutions, plus services and software, means bigger, lumpier deals, higher average contract value, and more predictable multi-year relationships. In plain language, bigger orders per customer, and the chance for recurring revenue after installation, and we could expect Smci to hit $600 in coming years. Why AI workloads are the engine here? Let's be blunt, the explosion of AI models, from inference fleets delivering real-time responses to huge transformer training runs, is creating enormous demand for dense, efficient compute. GPUs are the workhorses and hyperscalers are buying them by the tens of thousands. SMCI's DCBBS is engineered for exactly that world: high-density racks, liquid cooling, and validated software stacks that support popular AI platforms. As enterprises build or expand AI capacity, they need not just GPUs, but the whole infrastructure around them, and that's where SMCI sells. Metaphor: if GPUs are the engines, DCBBS is the truck, the fuel line, and the pit crew, all packaged together so teams can race faster without spending months building the garage. The data center footprint effect: supply and demand dynamics. AI scalability means more data centers and bigger ones. Hyperscalers are building new facilities and retrofitting existing ones with liquid cooling and higher power densities. Smaller enterprises are also trying to spin up localized AI capacity. All of this increases demand not only for GPUs but for turnkey racks, coolant distribution, power planning, and software validation. SMCI is positioned to serve across that spectrum because DCBBS includes infrastructure planning, chilled water/CDU designs, and rack-level integration. In short, more data center, more racks, more DCBBS opportunity. Note this as well. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. This parable spake Jesus unto them, but they understood not what things they were which he spake unto them. Then said Jesus unto them again, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. John 10:1-7. Fear God, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven, and earth, and the sea, and the fountains of waters. Revelation 14:7. I appeal to you to fear God and obey his law. For his commandments are sure and his word everlasting. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful information. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Wait, watch and pray. See you in the next video according to God's will.